Good morning and welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to show you a couple of hacks that I use in my craft room. So I'm going to show you what the inside looks like now. Now, I definitely love when I make cards that I can put some kind of a shimmer over parts of it and it gets real shiny. Got it on white here as well. You see that? So I really love the Wink of Stella pens. And if you're a big card maker or you use these types of things a lot, they can get pretty pricey. I've seen them from $6 up to $9. It just depends on where you purchase them. So I found out how to make it for myself. Now here's how I use mine. I make mine in here in just a little container. I don't refill my brush. So what I do is I keep an old brush around, dip in it, and then I am able to put my shine on my cards, okay? There's different ways to do this. I like to do it that way so I can make myself a nice sized amount of it. So let me cover this up real quick. And another little thing I do is I always have my recipe on my container. So down the road, when I am about out of it, I'm not trying to guess as to how I made it. So very good idea. I just write out the recipe and then I used like some packing tape or some really good tape in order to just put the recipe right on the side. The first ingredient we're going to use is, I use Liquitex. It's an iridescent medium. So that's what gives you all that little glimmer in something like the Wink of Stella pen. I also made sure that I put the recipe on here. If somehow I lose this, I know it was made out of this. So today what I'm going to do is just add some more to this. If you were going to be refilling your Wink of Stella pen, your ingredients are going to be 2 drops, and I mean 2 drops. I'm going to make more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm making a lot more than what would go in the pen. Then you're going to use a spray bottle of some sort. And for every 2 drops, you're going to use somewhere around 10 or 12 sprays. I'm just going to stop here and I'm going to stir it up. We don't want it to be runny, but we don't want it to be thick either, because if you're going to refill that pen, it needs to be able to flow out of that pen. That's beautiful. There you go. Can you see that? It's so pretty. If it doesn't seem to be as iridescent looking as you want, you can add more. I think this looks really nice. All right. So here's the trick to filling up the pen. Take your Wink of Stella pen. You're going to unscrew the brush. And you're going to pry this little black piece out. Now, what I generally use is my little scraper for from my Cricut. Get it up underneath there. And look, it pops right out. Now, if you wanted to refill, it would be kind of hard to do it out of here. So you might want to mix into a little container like this so that you're able to squeeze in your drops. So let me pour a little bit in here and then we'll refill the pen. Put my lid back on. Now, remember, this has to go back inside of here, so you cannot overfill this. So now that I've got it primed, now I can press just a little bit. And what's coming through is the color that was in here. So now you can see how pretty that color is. And once it dries, it's going to give you that very, very pretty shimmer. Let me show you what these look like as they dried. See how pretty that shimmer is? And this is just the iridescent medium mixed with the water. So I really like my idea about this a little better than trying to refill the pen. Sometimes it just gets a little bit messy. So I just like to use the pen again once it is empty. You can get water brushes. Those work as well. You can fill those if you want, or just do the dip. So a couple of ways to be able to do that. Now, the other hack that we're going to recreate is using Glimmer sprays. Everyone calls them a little bit different here. Heidi Swapp calls it Color Shine. Bo Bunny calls it Glimmer spray. And then, of course, we have our Tim Holtz Ranger products. We're going to use hairspray. We're going to use alcohol. And we're going to use LA Colors eyeshadows. Now, as long as it is a powder eyeshadow that is a loose, you can probably use anything that you want, but definitely want to use something inexpensive. Now these came from the Dollar Tree, so $1.25, and they have some beautiful colors. I don't think the packaging is the same anymore. I have colors called Lollipop. This is called Snow White. This is Sunshine, and I think I have 2 of them. I have got Grape Jelly, and I also have Radiant, which is a really pretty bronze color. I like to use a spray bottle. So these are the ones that I do have, and you can buy these on Amazon. You can buy them probably at Walmart in the travel department. I have found that the Dollar Tree does carry them now. So after a while they do separate, so you just have to make sure that you remix them before you use them. Once again, recipe on the side of the bottle. So let's go ahead and make more of this. So the first thing that we're going to do is take your bottle, and you are going to fill it about halfway with alcohol. Now I keep my alcohol in this spray container here, but we'll pour some out. So about half full. So I'm just going to make a little bit more to go in here. And then you're going to use hairspray. Now, I am out of my pump spray. That would be easier. I could take the lid off of it and pour in, but it's literally just going to be a small amount. So a couple of sprays will work fine. That's plenty. The next thing we're going to do is add our LA Colors. I'm going to put it on the paper. Sometimes I shake it really well. Let's see if I can get, oh, look at that. Woo! Now I'm just going to fold my paper. All right, there we go. That should be enough for the amount that we're making. Now, once this is all in here, then you're just going to shake it. Now, you don't want this to end up being thick in any way, so don't overdo it on the eyeshadow. And you can see how pretty that looks inside. Can you see the iridescence in there? And I'm just gonna spray. And this comes out as a really pretty mist. And I'm gonna show you on one of my other colors here. Let's do this one. This is Lollipop. And you can just see how pretty that iridescence is in there. Let's do it on white. Like, this is coming out as a really pretty pink. So let's let that dry a second. And the hairspray will make that dry quick. There you go. Can you see that shine? That is really pretty. I'm gonna do the bronze so that you can see that as well. I'll do this over here. I can already see how pretty this is. There you go. You can really see that one pretty well. So these are not going to cost you hardly anything. This bottle of Liquitex is going to take you forever to finish. You'll be able to create your glimmer sprays, your glimmer mix, all the different colors that you would want. I'm sure there's many more colors of the rainbow to go around with that. Get yourself a very inexpensive bottle of hairspray. The pump kind is probably a little easier to use, and you can just take the top off and pour it in. I like to use my little mini mister here. It just means I can control it a little bit better when I'm trying to fill the bottle. You can use whatever it is you want. Containers. You can get them anywhere. And then when it comes to the Wink of Stella, if you don't want to refill these, save them. You can use them as brushes. And then you can use your little container and dip into it. Now you can use smaller containers. Just make sure that they are going to be spill proof as far as, I should say, watertight. You certainly don't want to have this turn over in one of your storage containers or whatever and then have it leak out. So just make sure whatever it is that you're using has a good tight seal on it. Something like this probably will not work because it's not going to be watertight. So those are a couple of hacks for a couple of products that we like to use a lot in the craft room, especially if you're a card maker. So thanks for stopping in, everybody. Now you've got a couple of great recipes in order to save you some more money in your craft room. I'll see you again soon. So come on with me. We're going to have some fun.